Here we are. Back at it again.
Okay.
It's
I don't know exactly how this starts. I'm so much closer to the microphone than you.
okay. No, I think we're equidistant.
Equidistant. Yes. Okay. We're starting up the podcast with big words. Welcome back
Back.
to, or not, to something. This is so vague. Welcome to a podcast.
Another one.
The question of what is this podcast is one that we're going to discuss right now, or what it's called.
Beautiful.
As of yet, this podcast is called Laser Ducks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was called. It may still be called that. It may not. We shall talk about that here in a moment.
I think we should just get into that. Like, where are we coming from? Like, this will probably be uploaded while the name is still Laser Ducks. And so there's like 8 videos on this channel other than this one,
Yes.
which is maybe the first thing we should address.
Of us when we were children.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, we had been doing this podcast thing called Laser Ducks. It was called Laser Ducks. It is called Laser Ducks because my last name is Beams, and so my nickname was Laser for Laser Beams.
Yeah, and then my last name is Partington, and when we grew up in Bolivia, in a Spanish-speaking country, people mixed up Partington and Patito, and that's a duck, and so it was Laser Ducks. That's how we got there.
Laser Ducks. Oh my
And
goodness.
I was telling people, I've been talking a little bit about it this week, because we've been talking about getting back into the podcast game, you know, as big hitters as we are, it feels right to come back at this stage. But I was telling people that it was a COVID podcast, because everybody was starting a podcast then. But it was not.
It was after.
It was before.
I was before.
We started it before, and then we did
Yes.
all of our like virtual ones during the pandemic.
How old were we? 16?
17.
We were both 17 when we started it?
Because I turned 18 during the pandemic. In
Okay.
April, because it started in March.
Well, I did too.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that the couch?
Yeah, sorry.
Was that your hand?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just hitting the
It's coming directly from a zone that type of sound should not be coming from. But the microphone doesn't know that. As far as the microphone's concerned, it could be coming from anywhere. Speaking of this microphone, this is basically the best microphone in the world, but we only have one of them. So it's still going to sound bad because we're so far away from it. It's going to sound
We
like...
should lean forward just a touch. It is really nice though. I was just listening to myself talk for a bit, and it was very, very nice.
This is a classic microphone in the podcasting world.
It is.
Anyways, nobody cares about the microphone. I'm a microphone guy. What can I say? I like a good microphone. I like the curves of it. No, this one's actually totally straight. Anyways, what am I talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, here's what we're going to discuss in this here podcast.
This here podcast right here.
We're obviously we're going to talk about the podcast itself. This is going to serve as effectively an introduction, but if you have no idea who we are, we're going to go ahead and explain who we are in some detail, and then we're going to discuss where we both think this podcast should go.
I like it.
What we're going to do with it, and the name.
Yes.
If we have any other ideas, what purposes does the name serve, and how do we want it to look? And then at the end, we're going to be playing a game.
Classic.
Which, should I say what the game is now?
Sure.
Or should we have it be a surprise?
It could be a surprise as well. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's going to be the thing, I think. I think our thing for the podcast is that we talk about things and then we play some stupid game
Perfect.
at the end. And that serves as like... That'll make you watch... Oh, I should say, watch to the end because we're going to have a game and the winner gets $100,000.
Hey, there we go. The winner gets to stay in
skip.
Los Angeles.
Don't skip. It's like people do like a top 10 video. They're like, number 9. You're not going to believe number 9. So watch to the end because... and then number 9 is just the most
Basic,
mundane one that you expected.
Yeah.
But you have to get people to stick around to the end.
You do.
For the average watch... AVD. Average view duration. That's what it is. On YouTube, if your AVD is up,
You want people to
your
stick
penis
around.
is up. Everything's up.
It's all going up.
Everything's going up, including... Okay.
Our inability to talk, that's what's going up right now.
No, I think we're talking good. Oh my goodness. Let me talk a little bit more proper. Because sometimes I talk a certain way, and I talk a way that I'm like, oh, if I talk like that on a podcast, I'd sound really
Oh, that'd be
Cool.
super cool. Yeah, yeah.
And then we get on filming something, and I'm just like,
You know what? I was, microphones make me horny.
I know. I definitely. It was nice to listen to my voice a second ago and just be like, okay, this is what's actually going on.
yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
So,
the origins.
well, our origins first.
Our origins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's really weird that we're actually here now.
it is.
That's what's crazy.
But okay. So why is that weird?
Because neither of us are from the country where we met and
Yes.
grew up together, and neither of us are from here.
This
either.
country either.
Well, oh yeah, true. I guess you're kind of from this country, but
little
definitely
bit.
not from this state.
No.
Like, there's no reason for us to be in either place, and it's not that we even just followed each other either. It's just that this is how the cards have, been dealt. Like, this is just how it worked out.
Yes. I think that it's okay. Let's rewind a little bit. I guess I'll introduce myself.
Yeah.
And explain some of the things I do. Then you do the same.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about how we met originally and why it is weird that we both ended up in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
So here's. Oh jeez. This is the old podcast is full of moments like this as well, where like one of us are trying to be funny or something, and you just say something that's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
This is the people's podcast. This is what real conversation looks like. Both of our hairs, like, no one's come and done our hair and makeup. We're just two guys.
Avery did.
Yeah, I wish.
No, we're alone in the home. Okay. I'm Isaiah Beams.
There we go.
But I'm probably not Isaiah Beams as far as
most of you.
as far as you're concerned. I'm probably Isaiah Warlock, because as Isaiah Warlock, I make music and I make YouTube videos, and I have done so for many years now. I'm also the lead singer of Vermin, and which is a metal band, and on YouTube I've made mostly music related stuff. I'm pretty much just a music guy.
Yeah.
I do music in a lot of different capacities. I teach vocals as far as like screaming, like metal style vocals. But I also do like a lot of other things in regards to music. I'm making a lot of like pop style, some version of pop music now. And I have also kind of used to be a magician.
Yes.
I'm still a magician in some capacity, but not totally as much as I used to. And I'm an athlete.
Yes.
I compete in arm wrestling. I am technically, it's funny to say this because I know it's not deserving, but I am the number 9 arm wrestler in California.
For your weight, that's awesome. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I'm ranked 9th in California for 145 pounds and under.
Nice.
I kind of got it on it. If you know me from the arm wrestling world, you're saying like this buffoon because you know you can beat me, and you know that you're ranked like 30 something but oh well. I got it on a technicality, but either way I'll take it. People are gonna come for my ass now trying to, because if somebody beats me in a match, they'll take my. Anyways, this is not about arm wrestling. This is about okay.
It's about who you are,
everything
and
is.
you're the jack of all trades right now.
I do too many things.
The creative mastermind.
Yeah, and then I work at Spirit Halloween.
Nice.
And I've worked at a lot of other places, restaurants, and all kinds of things. Yeah, those are some of the things that I do. I grew up in Bolivia, and so did you. For some parts of your growing up.
Yes, like half of my childhood.
So, I'm mixed ethnicity, I guess. My parents are kind of all over the place.
Ethnically ambiguous.
I'm ethnically ambiguous, which I intend to leverage to its full capacity. And I grew up in South America in Bolivia, which no part of me is ethnically Bolivian, but oh well. I spent my entire life in Bolivia until I was 18, which is where I met you.
Yeah.
We both left Bolivia at some points and went different places.
Yep.
And now we've both ended up in California for unrelated reasons, basically.
Yeah, totally.
And now here we are.
Exactly. I know. After all that, I feel like mine's just different. Like I feel I'm Daniel Partington. I'm
AKA Daniel
P. DP. Some people started calling me that in England. I quite like it. I'm tempted to
DP's
just
good.
be DP. I like it. It's a little bit. It rolls off the tongue better than Daniel Partington. It's like
Daniel Partington rolls up.
Lord Daniel Partington.
It's like, whoa! I'm about to deal with somebody who's got something. Let's see. DP. That sounds like if you had like a catchphrase, it's like you're about to get DP'd.
I mean, yeah, but that's gonna lead people astray.
It might not.
It might communicate something very different.
It might lead people exactly where they need to be led. Okay. No, but yeah. Say what's what have you got going on?
I left Bolivia. I spent 2 years volunteering at a charity. I did a bit of everything. We did like working with the homeless. We did kind of just general maintenance and a lot of like yard work. We ran this big old like estate basically, and we had to keep it all running, and it was really cool. It was really epic. And
whenever you tell me about that place, I think it sounds either like the X-Men friggin'...
That's a good way of thinking about it.
What is that called? The house that they all lived in?
The X-Mansion?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
X-Mansion.
It's a little like that.
And Hogwarts.
Okay, not Hogwarts. It's not quite Hogwarts. It's more X-Mansion vibe.
Okay.
But it's a bunch of like, you know, a ragtag team of 19-year-olds who just come together and like try and do good. There are like older people around who like lead it and stuff, and that didn't always work out very well because
they're gonna watch this. Better watch out.
There was conflict, but that's okay.
Out.
No, things have been resolved, and we're in a good place now. But yeah, so I kind of finished and went straight from living in Bolivia to living in England alone, but at this base with a bunch of cool people. And then after things got a little sticky there, I decided to start a law degree, and did 1 year of a law degree in England, which was cool, but also way less cool than I was hoping it would be. And then I came here not that long ago, and I'm in the process of applying for my visa. My wife, I got married over the summer. My wife is from California as well, so I'm
which is what's brought you here.
Exactly, yeah. There was some complications with like her visa and so whatever, but we were originally going to stay in England, but then a bunch of stuff happened. And so we decided actually it made sense to stick around here. Mm-hmm. So it's completely by chance. Like our original intent was to go back to England. But then everything changed all of a sudden. So we've kind of had to make a plan B and figure all this out. But here we are.
So is this... Okay, now let me say what our connection is. We've had a romantic connection.
We have.
Let's see.
My wife doesn't know about it, so we got to keep it under
This
wraps.
is why we have to film this before she gets home. We only have a few minutes here before she gets here.
I know. I feel so. I can't work yet because I'm still in the process of applying for a visa, and so my wife works, and I'm just here like a bum.
Like a bum, Daniel the bum, but it's okay.
We'll get there eventually.
So we were friends in Bolivia.
Yes.
Best friends, might I say?
You would say
Mightn't I?
That would be accurate.
Let's see.
We made a lot of videos. We
made all kinds
of
things.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah. Both of us love to like make. I think you know what we both love to do is tell stories. Maybe was that?
That's
is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
I think we like to tell stories via different mediums, and this is one of them. And we've had a lot of other ones. We've made music together.
Yeah.
You're on the worship team together. We've made my style of music together. We've made made a lot of strange video projects for school.
If you have seen the video on Isaiah Warlock's channel, I'm in one of your videos.
Yes.
In one of your like...
You Laugh You Warlock.
You Laugh You Warlock.
That's
one of the early ones, which was so much fun, but also ridiculous.
We need to... I feel like
it would be really funny to
needs
do that
to come through on this thing, and I think it will come through.
We'll get there.
Okay. But we had some... You know, we've had some things happen between us.
Oh, yeah.
But it's... I don't know. I think we have some interesting stories. We don't have to cover everything right now, obviously, but...
Now. I think it's better to keep those things like for later. You know? That'll be a great story to just bring out in an episode. Just like...
Yeah.
The time we almost broke up.
There are...
I can see the thumbnail now. We're both just like... in the screen.
Yeah. I'm trying to imagine... I don't know why I think we would be more like... What would it be?
It'd be me like crying.
And then like there'd be text in the thumbnail being like, he slept with my sister.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a complete lie.
Okay. Well, we had many years apart.
Yes.
We were friends in Bolivia when we were small babies, when we were small children.
Yeah.
You left Bolivia when we were 7. For 5 years, we didn't see each other. I thought I was never going to see you again.
I know, yeah.
And you came back to Bolivia. We were there again. We graduated high school. I went to Texas.
Yeah.
You went to the
Agree.
United Kingdom of America. Right?
No.
The United Kingdom of
Great Britain,
Europe.
Northern Ireland,
yes, England.
England. I went to England.
Where in England? Reading.
I'm from
Brighton.
Reading. I was near Brighton, yeah.
Okay.
You almost came to Brighton. That was like a plan for a while.
I know it was
That would've
still the
been kinda-
plan. I'm
that
just so
could've been
poor.
crazy. Yeah.
Let's see. Then yes, you guys visited a few times here. We hung out a couple times, and now
Well, that's
you're
what's
here.
crazy. The only reason I'm here is because I met Avery, and she's
Yes.
from California, and
Yes.
like it's like an hour and a bit from where you're living right now. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
1 hour. Okay, so here's something. Let me say this now.
Okay.
We keep talking about how it's totally by chance that we ended up in the same place. But I'm gonna confess. No, I planted Avery.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Well, no. I was just thinking about this though. In theory, it is by chance, right?
Yeah.
But I knew that you were about to visit here with Avery before I moved here. And I had been planning to come stay with the Bakers, but I feel like that was one of the things that made me, pull the trigger on moving here. Because I knew you were about to be here. The plan was, go. Should I have said I guess I can say the Bakers. I guess there's a lot of Bakers. I don't know. Oh well. But I was gonna come stay with some friends nearby, that we both know from our Bolivia days. But there's a world in which you weren't gonna come visit California with Avery. And so that there was like that one less of a reason for me to pull the trigger on just going ahead and moving here.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so that was part of the like appeal to like come when you did.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was just gonna be for a couple days.
Yeah, but still.
But it was like I hadn't seen you in so long. I was like, if I go right now, because I saw you here at this house.
Yeah.
Like the day after I had moved here.
That's crazy. I don't think I realized that. At the time we obviously talked about it, but like I didn't
You
realize it was
visiting
that quick.
became like the deadline. That I was like, okay, I am gonna move to California, but I need to at least be there by the time you get here so that
Yeah.
we can hang out.
That makes sense.
And so maybe I in the world in which you didn't visit at that time or ever, let's say, or you didn't meet Avery, let's say.
Yeah.
I think I would have moved here, but
It just would look different.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's
So
so
I
funny.
think it's less random.
Okay.
Than
and
it
there's
seems.
always just like I don't know. I would call it like a spiritual thing, but there's just the things, the red thread that like connects us all, and like
The red thread.
certain forces just like pull people together, and I don't know. I think you always end up I always have had this sense that like when I say goodbye to somebody, I know whether I'm gonna see them again or not.
Oh, wow.
Always. And like and usually I don't find it. I used to find goodbyes more sad, and now because of this kind of feeling I get, I don't feel as sad about it often, because I'm like, oh, I know I'm gonna see them again. Just as I'm saying goodbye, I'm like, oh, this isn't the last time I see them.
That's
Whereas I think
interesting.
I've definitely in the last few years there have been people who I say goodbye to, and I'm like, that's the last time I ever see this person, and that's more sad. I would say that's more like, because you're just like, oh. Especially if they were like an important part, and you're just like, your worlds are just completely divergent, like
Yeah.
you just won't. But like I would say with most people, especially with how small the world is now, like a lot of my friends are either from the US originally, or visit here regularly, or are from England originally, and these are the two places that I'm gonna end up always kind of springing back to for whatever reason, right? To visit, and so I think ultimately there are just certain people who you kind of have this attraction with, right? Of like, you kind of do end up making space to see each other, and it just, I don't know. I think it's a spiritual thing as well. I don't think it's just like, I think there's like something,
we could have
an
a whole-
underground force of like pulling us.
This is gonna be a big topic for us.
Yeah. Which I think is what is going to make this so interesting.
Yeah.
Because so the charity I worked for was a Christian charity. I'm a devout believer.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a Christian,
Catholic.
I believe. I'm a Catholic. No, I'm a Christian, and
What denomination?
That's a hard one. Evangelical might be like a good description, but the problem
I don't think that's a
here's the
is that a
problem though.
denomination?
Yeah, the problem here is that in the US it looks very different. So like if I say Baptist, which I'm not,
Uh-oh.
that means something super different here than what it means in England. So evangelical would be what I'd say in England, but that might mean something different here.
Okay. I thought evangelical was a more broad brush than denomination. Because isn't evangelical like the equivalent of Catholicism or what about Protestant? Is evangelical? What's Protestant?
Protestant.
What am I trying to say?
Protestantism.
Yeah. No, that's not how you say it. Yeah, we
prostate.
can't even say the word.
Prostate.
Prostate exam.
No, you're Protestant.
Protestantism.
Protestant.
Prostitutism. Okay, it's either prostate exam, prostitution,
Protestantism. Protestant.
Protestantism.
Protestant.
I
So
think
it's Catholic and Protestant. Those are the two big ones. So Protestant is, and I would say Catholic is now like less. I would say if you meet a Christian, generally they're from the Protestant like tree. Anyway, we've gone off on one,
oh yeah, it was we can have a whole podcast on these types of things.
which we will.
I would say I'm basically an atheist. You know, some people say agnostic. The discrepancy between agnostic and atheist is kind of weird. It's more of a semantic thing. I feel like it's not really
That's fair,
as
yeah.
much of a discrepancy as people
Yeah.
like to make it. But regardless,
That'd be great. We'll have some debates.
We
We'll
will
talk about
definitely
stuff.
have some big
We'll pray.
episodes.
We're gonna pray together at some point. It's gonna be great.
Okay. We're gonna have some big episodes on that topic. But for now, this is one of the small episodes.
Yeah, this is just an intro to who we are and what we're doing. So,
The name.
the name.
Okay.
I had an idea, but do you want to say anything else first?
Yes, so we're going to discuss now. What we're about to discuss.
May
Now.
disturb you.
So, viewer discretion.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention. I don't know. Do we, when we're talking?
Do we swear?
No, are we talking to each other,
Oh.
or are we? Because we're in a video where it's just you're talking to the camera. But in podcasts, generally they don't look at the camera. I don't think. But I keep doing it.
I keep doing it too. But it's almost like they're like a
It's
third.
not quite right. Oh yeah, we're just bringing you into the conversation.
Like, just imagine you're a viewer, woman. I know you're a woman. You're over there. Imagine this is just a three-way, not a three-way.
Oh!
A three-way conversation.
Conversation.
And you're way on the other side of the room for some reason.
We'll bring you in future episodes.
Okay.
That'd be a fun one. If we just did a headshot one, where it's just like the camera's like right here, and we're just like talking over the microphone. Anyway.
Headshots, three-way. Okay. Here's DP. Here's what. The name of the podcast. The name of the podcast was Laser Ducks, as we explained earlier.
Yeah.
I have mentioned that I think a new name could be good. You know, there's something to be said about. I want this to be effectively the same podcast.
Yeah.
But there's something about Laser Ducks that it's funny and it does involve both of our names. But I feel like it tells you nothing about what the podcast is. I feel like a good name for a podcast or a good name for anything, it conveys some amount of information in the name to somebody who has no idea about it. If we tell somebody, I do a podcast. What's it called? Laser Ducks. What does that mean? Like, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means something to us.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool to have a name. It doesn't even have to convey, it's impossible. It's not going to be a paragraph of what the podcast is about.
But something that kind of captures the meaning a little bit more.
Just the vibe.
Also, I think we spelt it badly. I don't
DUX?
I don't like DUX now. I think at the time as a 17-year-old, I was like, oh yeah.
That's the only thing I like about it.
I think just having Laser Ducks would be.
If it is
every
Laser
time
Ducks-
I type in Laser Ducks, I always spell it.
But
Ducks
I don't. And you know why?
because of us.
Because of us. No, because what does that mean? because of freaking SEO.
Wait, Sword Art Online? No.
That's SEO. SEO is search engine optimization.
Oh.
Because there's other things called Laser Ducks. I mean, ducks. That's just kind of vague. It's like Linkin Park.
Yes.
You know how it's spelled?
Yeah, Lincoln, like Linkin.
IN.
Yeah.
Because it's
Instead of Lincoln, which would be what I would first think.
because Linkin Park is a real place. If you search Linkin Park,
It's just a place.
you get the park.
But it's LinkedIn.
Yes.
Like LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, and
They're a business.
and they invented LinkedIn, and no, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
If
No, it's like-
if you know to spell it like that, it
Then
just
it's
gets
gonna get you
everything
right here.
There's nothing
Right here,
else.
right now.
Okay, but either way, let's talk about if we do name it something else.
Okay.
What could it be?
I have an idea.
Okay, let's hear yours.
Milk and cookies. Because
No,
historically,
yeah.
we grew up and we used to. That was just something we did. Like every time we'd hang out,
Yeah.
we'd bake terrible cookies.
No, they were good.
Sometimes, do you remember the ones that turned like grey?
Because we
tried to
put food coloring in
food
them.
coloring in them. Yeah, but it was funny,
I think we tried to make like green or purple cookies,
and it was just like.
and they just became gray because
Yeah.
when you bake them, the food coloring just.
But
We made some good ones though.
milk and cookies, and then
Yes.
part of the like thing could be that we literally have milk and cookies.
That we're just constantly eating milk and cookies.
But we could have instead of water, we could be like
Yeah.
sponsored by like
Some specific type of cookies.
milk as well. Imagine a milk brand just in
And-
the back.
Bing, peel. This is a joke that you will not understand at all because peel is a Bolivian dairy
In
brand.
bags, because
Yeah.
you should look this up right now.
No.
Just look up like
Bolivian milk bag. Look that up and you're gonna get something amazing. And then Google's gonna be like, oh, we've blurred some results.
safe search is gonna have to come
Yeah.
off.
Turn off safe search.
No, just look up peel milk, and maybe they don't anymore. Maybe
do.
they're in plastic.
No. No, they do.
But apparently in Canada they also have milk
Yeah.
bags, so
Okay.
it's not a completely new
Milk bags.
Bolivian milk bags.
Okay,
Bro,
okay.
that's what we should call it.
No, but okay. I like the name though. Milk. I was kind of being silly about it, but that's a good name.
Milk and cookies.
I like that.
But we could even be like,
I'm milking your. You know?
you're milking my cookies? What?
No,
I'm milking your cookies.
no, your milk, and
I'm
I'm
milk.
cookies,
Okay.
right?
I don't know.
And we got me like, I'm milk, I'm cookies, and those are our nicknames.
Well, you have to like dress up, wearing a costume.
I think we have some at Spirit, milk and cookies.
Milk and
No, we actually.
That
I know.
would be so-
I know that we do actually. I just saw. them.
Just steal them.
Okay.
But we could also add something to it because you were talking about wanting it to be clear. But it could be like
Even that.
conversations with milk and cookies, because it's not just with me and you. It's with
Other people.
milk and cookies, having milk and
Oh.
cookies and just chatting. Because that's,
Okay.
I think, an experience that probably a lot of people actually have of just like being up late with a friend, making
Yeah.
cookies,
Milk and cookies,
Milk and
baby.
cookies.
And even if you're not with a friend, even if you're by yourself and you're alone forever,
milk and cookie
it's okay.
chats. I don't
Milk,
know.
the cookies keep you company. Okay, I really like that.
Okay,
I
cool.
really like that.
Come on.
I think that could be really good.
Yeah.
I used to
And
think
then we get the spirit costumes and wear them, and that's that's our image. That's our icon. It's just me and you.
like there's like these big bulbous.
That
like-
would be really funny.
That would be funny. Okay. I used to think that I had an idea for the name of the podcast.
Okay.
I think I told you about this years ago.
Oh.
We used to have a lot of sleepovers.
Yes.
That was like the quintessential thing for me and you was like, we have a sleepover at somebody's
Because
house.
we needed time to make content.
Yes.
It was like we needed to be up late
And-
and like producing.
and we had milk and cookies during those sleepovers.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like, what if it was called like the sleepover podcast or something like that?
Ooh. Yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing, similarly, the thing that we wear is pajamas. Like
That
we're
would
just wearing
be
pajamas
actually
the whole time.
really funny. We'd have to buy more pajamas.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It'd be cool to have different pajamas. That would be sick. I would. That.
Oh, like do every episode new pajamas.
Yeah.
But those
That's
things
a lot.
almost go
That's a
hand in
lot.
hand, though.
Yeah, milk and cookie sleepover or something. I don't know.
But I love the milk and cookies name. We could just also happen to be wearing pajamas
That's perfect.
because it's
and
just
then that's
both
the
things.
vibe.
Well,
Cool.
that's funny that we both have an idea for like something similar. Okay,
We'll keep brainstorming.
we will brainstorm and we're thinking about this.
We'll get back to you soon.
We need to not talk about this anymore because we need to.
We ran out of time. Yeah, we're over time.
Let's very quickly do a couple rounds
Oh.
of my game.
Okay.
So,
Did we get through all the topics?
Yes.
Nice.
Wait. Yes. As is custom, we do a game at the end to force you to
Wait this long.
give us good.
Because you can't just use your mouse to just like to the end.
You can't. You not while you're driving.
Oh.
And if you're driving, you don't see us pointing at you like this, unless you're a freak. Not a freak a freak as far as driving goes.
Whoa.
I know somebody. Never mind. Okay.
Name them. Social security number. I want to know them. Who exactly this person is.
404. They're actually scared because everybody's social security number starts with 404. Everybody's like, that's my social security number. I think everybody in the U.S. is social security number starts. No. Or is that just mine and we need to blur that out? No, it is. Okay.
That's
Here's the game.
okay. The problem with these games, by the way, is that they have to be audio
I know, it is.
translatable. It's hard.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
The game is... Do you know the game GeoGuessr?
Yes.
You play it?
I've not played it, but I've always thought I'd be like
You know how it works.
average. I've never thought I'd be like good at it, but I've always thought like I think I know places pretty well.
Okay.
But I know exactly how it works. I must have played it like.
This is a GeoGuessr knockoff. Don't tell anybody because GeoGuessr is not free anymore. It's like a paid thing. But anyways, this works exactly the same as GeoGuessr. I have a version of GeoGuessr on my phone.
Okay.
They don't need to see it because the point of this version of the game is that it's a talking thing. So what we'll do is we'll take turns. I'm gonna load up a new location on Earth, and I'm just gonna describe it to you, and you can ask me any questions that you want about it, and you have to guess just based on what me telling you and your questions
Where it is.
Where it is. Obviously, this is gonna be harder than actual GeoGuessr, but
So you're describing it to me, and I'm trying to guess. So it's kind of a teamwork thing. We're working together to figure this out.
and we'll go back and forth. We could just do one each because we need to just be quick about it. But
I like it.
That would
this
be cool.
may come back in the future.
And if you let's aim for the country.
Okay.
Not necessarily, let's just aim for the country. If you get the country, you get some amount of points. Whatever. Maybe
you
even
figure out a
points.
point system in the future.
Okay, whatever, yeah. So I'm going to load up a new thing first.
I think 5 points.
Okay.
5.
Because I was thinking you had like a
Yo
couple...
creo que
Because we're not going to get it. Like,
debemos recibir 5 puntos. We should just go into
Oh
Spanish
my
sometimes.
goodness.
That would be good.
vamos a hacer un podcast en Spanish. ¿Sabes qué? Yo he estado practicando mi español mucho.
Ah, qué
porque voy a empezar a enseñar inglés por el internet y tú ya lo hiciste eso.
Sí.
Y ahora, ay, esta versión de mi español es... ¿Sabes qué? Ahora estoy hablando español con tu acento acento de gringo y tengo que, tengo que cambiarlo la... Ah, bueno, ya, no importa.
Tu español ha mejorado mucho.
Okay.
Yo
I've loaded up... What?
tenía que traducir cuando fui a Argentina y eso me cambió todo mi español. Por un ratito estaba hablando como un argentino que dice como yo soy.
Y los españoles dicen... Sí.
Sí.
Pero mi amigo, sé que estás con sueño, pero te tengo que explicar...
Okay, back to English. Back to English.
Back to English. We got talking with.
What kind of accent? Is it like a... What is
I don't
that?
know.
Is it like a Vietnamese thing?
Have you seen that video? Are you referring to that video? It's
Which
such
one?
a good video. They're like the sounds of different accents.
No.
And they don't even say words, but they just like...
I don't think so.
Cool.
I'm just referring to the accent.
Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, let me to play this game, dude. We're to run out of time. Okay. I'm
okay.
gonna describe to you the location, okay?
Okay, describe it to me.
We are in... I can look around and I can move around in the map. It's like Google
But I
Maps.
can't.
You can't, but you can ask me any questions. First, I'll give you a general description.
Thank you.
We're in a kind of an arid zone, very like out in the middle of nowhere, like country, but we're on a dirt road.
Okay.
There's fences.
Okay.
But like wood, like hobbled together type of fences.
Okay. But there's like grassland?
It's dry.
It's not
grass.
a desert.
It's not a desert. There's grass, but it's like dead, like dry, like dead looking grass.
Okay.
In the back, it's hilly.
It's hilly.
Soft hills, not mountains, but soft rolling hills. There's trees, but they're sparse, but very green.
Very green.
The trees are very green, but they're sparse.
Does it remind you of like Bolivia at all, like the South American kind of vibe of the countryside a little bit? That's annoying.
You might see this in South America. Okay, I'll just have to answer your question. I'm trying to just give you like explicit hints because I think that I actually do know where this is, but obviously I have more information just by seeing it than you do.
My initial thought is that it's in the US because there's a lot of farmland, there's a lot of like dry places. California is particularly.
Let me give
dry.
a couple more details that I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
We're on a dirt road, but in the background, on the hills, there's some very clear, like cleared out areas. There's like trees and then very harsh lines where there's no trees, like way in the background of just like. So this has been, people have been here and they've like really terraformed this place.
Okay,
like,
so then it's probably not South America. That would be my guess then.
Oh,
You know what? What color is the dirt?
that's a very good question.
I've seen
It's
enough of.
red.
Okay, I want to look at my answer already.
Okay.
It's Australia.
I know that you're right, and I haven't even like checked to see what the answer is yet. But you're 100. Okay, I'm gonna like guess Australia like as you.
Yeah.
And then
It's
it'll tell me.
Melbourne. I don't know. It's Canberra. If we're wrong.
Hold on, it's just reloaded.
No, it's gone.
It's gone. It just listen to me. Listen. It like opened it.
All right, my turn. Give it
The page.
It was Australia.
It was Australia.
It was Australia. We got the answers. Great.
Yeah, we just cut out. Okay, here. When I went to guess, it like. Oh yeah, look, it's actually just. It's just like breaking right now. The whole website. Does your Wi-Fi just cut out?
Maybe. It's not been too great back here.
It did. Oh wait, no, I'm not connected on there. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on data. That's why.
I can sort you out with that in our next episode.
Yeah, dude, Open Guesser just stopped working.
That's so annoying.
Do you want to try on your phone?
Sure.
Oh my goodness. It was Australia 100% though.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
I'm glad at the.
As soon as you
The
see
question.
that red dirt,
Yeah.
because I've been playing
Come on.
GeoGuessr, and when you see that deep red dirt, there's only one place on the planet that it could be. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't like me. Yeah. Look. What are the chances of that?
Okay. Anyways, that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Guys,
We'll come back to this.
we love you, and we're proud of you.
Wow,
That's what my
I'm gonna
parents
cry.
would
This is gonna
say
make me cry.
if they love
this is
me.
Beautiful.
They do, I think.
They do. I know they do.
Okay. Guys, this is the end of the intro thing for the whatever thing for the podcast that we don't know what it's called. And we will see you in the next episode, which we're going to film right now. Don't tell anybody that it's the same day. Okay. Bye.